Good morning, Arizona Farm Bureau. My name is Ashton Red, and I have the privilege of serving as the 2020-2021 Arizona State FFA President. It is my honor to bring greetings on behalf of the Arizona Department of Education, the Superintendent of Public Instruction, Ms. Kathy Hoffman, and the Arizona Association FFA. The Arizona Association FFA is proud of our relationship with the Arizona Farm Bureau. As FFA works to develop future ag leaders, Farm Bureau works to empower today's leaders to take action on the issues that matter most to Arizona agriculture. We are grateful for the support that Arizona Farm Bureau has shown for the Arizona FFA for decades, most recently including serving as a presenting sponsor at the Blue and Gold Gala, the biggest night in Arizona agriculture. And today it is truly my honor to introduce President Stefanie Smallhouse to deliver her annual address. Originally from the eastern plains of Colorado, President Smallhouse moved with her family to New Mexico and later attended New Mexico State University, receiving a bachelor's in science and agriculture with a focus in wildlife sciences and range management. Stefanie worked as a wildlife biologist before marrying her husband Andy and moving to southeastern Arizona. Andy and Stefanie are the 5th generation to operate and own the Carlink Ranch in the San Pedro River Valley. Their children, Hannah and Johnny, represent the 6th generation of family on the farm. Stefanie helps manage their cow-calf operation, farm, saguaro cactus greenhouses, and mesquite lumber business. The Smallhouse family has received conservation awards for their farm and ranch management from the Arizona Society of Ranch Management and the National Association of Conservation Districts. Though she is only in her 2nd term as the Arizona Farm Bureau's president, President Smallhouse has wasted no time in showing her invaluable leadership for the agricultural industry. In 2018, she served on the Arizona DCP Steering Committee and is currently a member of the Governor's Water Innovation, Augmentation, and Conservation Council. She has testified before the U.S. Congress regarding the Endangered Species Act and grazing in the western United States. She is a regular guest on RFD TV, where she highlights Western states' agriculture issues for a national audience. And in January of 2019, President Smallhouse was elected to a 2-year term on the American Farm Bureau Board of Directors. Arizona agriculture is fortunate to have Stefanie among the ranks of its most influential and effective leaders. Arizona Farm Bureau, please welcome President Stefanie Smallhouse.
Good morning. On the eve of a highly anticipated new year and the centennial celebration for Arizona Farm Bureau, it's easy to reflect back on the last 11 months, as well as the last 100 years. I doubt there's anyone listening today who is 100 years old and can spend through several decades of time to really appreciate all that has happened since 1921. But everyone here today can appreciate all that has happened just since March of 2020. In literally 8 months, the world has shifted on its axis to look, feel, and operate differently. This is the time of year when we normally take stock of our industry and our wins and losses. However, today, due to the pandemic, we're certainly not the only ones taking stock of our industry. If we go back to 1921, it was only the 5th time that the elected members of Arizona's legislature had come together to govern the newly minted State 48. In the annals of history, you will read of a legislature which was actually largely focused on agriculture. Of course, it was at this time that Arizona Farm Bureau would receive formal recognition by the legislature as being integral to agricultural extension education. This meeting of the legislature also created laws governing irrigation districts and power districts. It appropriated funds for county fairs, predator control, the state vet, eradicating tuberculosis and scabies, and sending representatives to participate in the very first meetings to take place to negotiate the rights and priorities of the Colorado River. Arizona was certainly a young state, and perhaps the greatest challenge for farmers and ranchers trying to build their operations was access to markets within the United States. The population centers were far from here, and the railroads had a strong hold on shipping rates. Although farm bureaus across the nation were born out of education and outreach efforts connected to county extension, it did not take long to realize that farmers and ranchers needed a stronger voice at their state houses and the Capitol to deal with government price fixing and railroad monopolies. A unified voice to deliver a strong message was missing. Arizona Farm Bureau became that voice for its members. Over the last 100 years, the challenges always have been tempered by the many blessings. Like how our desert sometimes starves us of water, but also blesses us with a climate to grow a great diversity of crops year-round. Where would we have been without our unified voice during the defining moments of our past? Would we be the $23 billion industry that we are today? Or would we have collapsed under the pressures of the Dust Bowl, World War II, farmland recessions and embargoes, trade wars, the Green Movement, farm labor disputes, water wars, and now the pandemic? As Henry Ford said, "Coming together is a beginning, keeping together is a progress, and working together is success." We all agree that it would have been better to kick off our centennial together under one roof. But instead, we have worked through the challenges of the pandemic, made adjustments, and are moving forward to get the job done. We have found a way. Your staff at Arizona Farm Bureau is second to none. I continue to be amazed at their ingenuity, determination, and work ethic. Together in the last year, we have met COVID head on. Our advocacy, communication, and education efforts have not slowed, as you know from our reporting at each of your county annual meetings. The Farm Bureau financial team has not only survived, but thrived. And the many generations of people who have been dedicated to the Arizona Farm Bureau brand and our mission have helped to make our first century something to be proud of. I look forward to the coming year and promoting our anniversary with our centennial partners, Old Ellsworth Brewing Company and Yavapai College Vineyards, as well as our annual corporate sponsors, Farm Bureau Financial Services, Desert Ford Dealers, Kimberly-Clark, and Sanderson Ford. The Arizona Farm Bureau Centennial Book is outstanding, and I can't wait for you to see it. And AgFest this coming spring will be something to remember, an event to put everyone in Arizona on notice that Arizona agriculture is strong and an integral part of our state. In closing, as I record this, it's actually November 3rd, Election Day. I actually drove 2 hours this morning just to cast my vote. So as of right now, I have no insights as to what the next year or 4 years might bring. But what I do know is that over the last century, we have honed our efficiencies and strengthened our resiliency. The bookend of our first century should be remembered for how in a time of national emergency, farmers and ranchers were ready. Regardless of what may come, you have a very strong organization to fight for you, promote your industry, and strengthen your voice.